Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into something absolutely crucial, the 7 money mistakes keeping you poor. And more importantly, why you need to stop doing these today. You know, the biggest difference between the wealthy and, well, everyone else. It's rarely about sheer luck or some secret financial wizardry. Honestly, it usually just comes down to the mistakes they completely avoid. Wealth is built through good habits repeated consistently. But before you can build those habits, you've got to clear the roadblocks, right? So today, we're going to identify exactly what those roadblocks are so you can stop doing them right now. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The Paycheck Illusion. To kick things off, we really need to address a massive misconception in our society about high salaries and wealth. Think about this. What if becoming rich isn't actually just about earning more money? I mean, you see this scenario play out all the time, right? A young person gets that salary notification on their phone. Ding! They're thrilled, but literally within seconds, that money starts disappearing. It goes to online shopping, food delivery, half a dozen streaming subscriptions, rent, the whole shebang. And before they know it, their bank balance is hovering dangerously close to zero again. The truth is, there are so many people out there earning incredibly high salaries who are still living paycheck to paycheck. Earning more just doesn't automatically protect you from financial stress. Look, if you have a leaky bucket, pouring more water into it just won't fix the leak.
Section 2. Managing your cash flow.
So, if the goal isn't just to blindly chase a higher salary, then the real goal has to be mastering your daily cash flow. You know, how money actually enters and leaves your life. And that brings us to mistake number 1, spending before saving. On the left side of this common financial equation, we see the average approach. The salary hits the bank account and boom, the money instantly flows out to restaurants, entertainment, shopping. The plan is always to save whatever money happens to be left at the end of the month. But let's be real for a second. What usually happens? There is absolutely nothing left. The wealthy, though, they do the exact opposite. They reverse the whole process. They save and invest first, and then, and only then, do they spend what's left over.
The wealthy basically rely on one simple rule to fix this, and it is pay yourself first. I know, it sounds super basic, but adopting this one rule can literally change your financial future. By automatically routing a portion of your income into savings and investments the very moment you get paid, you're prioritizing your future self over your current, impulses. You're essentially guaranteeing that your wealth grows every single month, regardless of what temptations pop up along the way.
But hey, what happens when you do get that raise you've been working so hard for? Well, that leads us straight into mistake number 2, lifestyle inflation. You get a promotion, and suddenly you feel like you deserve a reward, right? Totally natural. So you lease a new luxury SUV, or maybe you start eating at 5-star restaurants every weekend. Basically, as your income increases, your expenses increase right alongside it to match. Instead of actually building wealth with that new money, you just upgrade everything you own. The rich, on the other hand, don't celebrate every single raise by spending more. They celebrate by investing more. They're always working on widening that gap between what they earn and what they spend.
Section 3. Escaping financial stagnation. Now, just saving your money isn't quite enough to secure your future. To truly escape stagnation, we have to look at how your income is actually generated. And this brings us to mistake number 3, depending on one income. Imagine your financial future is held up by a single rope, just one. If that rope snaps, like if your only source of income, your salary, just disappears tomorrow, what happens? It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? And it's honestly one of the biggest financial risks you can take. Building even one extra income stream creates incredible security. Whether that's, dividends from investments, starting a small side business, or taking on some freelance work, you're basically adding more ropes. If one snaps, the others hold you up. Multiple income streams create absolute security and really open up doors to brand new opportunities.
And that naturally leads to mistake number 4, ignoring investing altogether. Let's imagine 2 people who each diligently save 20,000 rupees per month. Person A keeps it all in cash, maybe under the mattress or just sitting in a basic checking account. Person B actually invests it. Now, saving certainly protects your money in the short term, but investing, that is what actually grows it. Money just sitting still is actually losing value over time because of inflation. It's like this invisible tax. So while Person A's cash is slowly buying less and less, Person B's investments are compounding. They're doing the heavy lifting, working around the clock, while Person B just focuses on their career and living their life.
Section 4. Protecting against the unexpected. Okay, so we've covered the offensive strategies, cash flow and investing, but a huge part of wealth building is actually playing defense. Let's talk about mistake number 5, bad debt.
Now, debt isn't always fundamentally evil, right? But borrowing money for things that quickly lose value, like clothes, vacations, or depreciating assets, that can trap you for years. When credit card debt piles up, those interest numbers just keep compounding against you every single month. High interest quietly, invisibly steals a massive portion of your future income. Think about it. You're essentially working today to pay for a past purchase that honestly isn't even worth what you paid for it anymore.
So before you ever swipe that card or take out a loan, you've got to establish a mental filter. Ask yourself, will this purchase make me richer or poorer? If you're taking on debt to buy an asset that goes up in value or generates income, okay, that might be a strategic move. But if you're borrowing money for a lifestyle upgrade that loses value the minute you buy it, it is unequivocally making you poorer. Use this question every single time. It's a real game changer.
Playing defense also means preparing for when things inevitably go wrong. Which brings us to mistake number 6, having no emergency fund. Look, life is incredibly unpredictable. A car breaks down, a sudden hospital bill appears, the roof starts leaking out of nowhere. Unexpected expenses happen to literally everyone. But without a safety net, an emergency absolutely destroys your budget. It forces you into a panic and often makes you rely on those expensive loans or credit cards we just talked about. Having a financial safety net, a dedicated emergency fund, gives you the freedom to handle life's surprises calmly without throwing your entire financial journey off a cliff.
Section 5. The cost of waiting. We're rounding the corner now to the final and perhaps the most insidious trap of all. Mistake number 7 is the ultimate psychological trap, waiting for the perfect time. I mean, how many people do you know who say they'll start investing when they earn a little more, or maybe when the markets calm down, or next year when things are perfect? While you wait, the calendar pages just fly by, and incredible opportunities to compound your wealth pass you right by. The truth is, time is infinitely more valuable than trying to perfectly time the market.
Starting with a small amount today is mathematically and psychologically way better than waiting years to start with a large amount. The habit of getting started is what really matters. A small seed planted today has the time to grow into a massive, healthy money tree. Meanwhile, the person waiting for the perfect moment, they're still just holding on to their seed. Act right now, even if it feels small.
Section 6. Building your wealth. Wow, okay, we've covered a lot of ground today. To summarize, here are the 7 wealth-killing mistakes you absolutely must avoid. Number 1, pay yourself first. Don't wait to save what's left. Number 2, avoid lifestyle inflation when you get that raise. Number 3, diversify your income streams so you are literally hanging by one rope. Number 4, invest early to beat inflation and let compounding do the heavy lifting for you. Number 5, avoid bad debt by asking if a purchase makes you richer or poorer. Number 6, build that emergency fund to protect your peace of mind. And number 7, honestly the most important one, start today.
I want to leave you with this final thought. Wealth is built through good habits repeated consistently. Avoiding these 7 mistakes puts you leaps and bounds ahead of the crowd. So take a hard look at your daily choices. Will your small financial decisions today create the big financial results you want for tomorrow? The choice is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay focused, take action, and I'll catch you in the next one.